Welcome to Tell Us Your Story, a podcast that amplifies the voices of the marginalized and oppressed in society's minorities. It sheds light on their struggles, triumphs, and untold experiences.
Ewuraba, you're welcome to Tell Us Your Story. So Tell Us Your Story is a conversation that we discuss the violence and discrimination that people that are perceived beings have sexual orientation and gender identity, the violence and discrimination they go through. And so we take time in this conversation to discuss on a daily basis some of the discrimination and violation that these individuals go through. So if you are here today, you are sharing with us your story. But first of all, I would like you to tell me your name, or tell our listeners your name, the area that you live, and the pronoun.
My name is Ewuraba. I live in Tema. My pronouns are they.
Okay, Ewuraba, we will go ahead with the conversation. I want you to tell us that particular story of violation or discrimination, or violence or discrimination that has changed your life for either the good or the bad.
Do you want just one story?
Pour it all out to me.
We're not going to me.
We are listening.
Okay, so somewhere in Takade, late 2015, 2015, I was actually waiting for my boyfriend, a straight boyfriend. And now my other partner was giving me lots of headache because this straight guy had just come back from outside Ghana and was requiring a lot of attention. So I decided that, okay, since we are taking a midnight bus, let me spend time with my partner. And then in the morning, like 12, then I'll leave and meet my straight guy at the station, and then we'll go. So we're in a room watching Matrix. I remember so well. We were watching Matrix, not having sexual intercourses, not kissing, not doing anything that has anything to do with being here. We were just discussing the movie, talking about it, arguing. I'm on this side, this person is on that side, and then we just heard footsteps going up and down, moving up and down. So my partner decided to go and check. Okay. And then she went out to peep in the window, saw some of the area guys, didn't pay attention. She just came back to tell me that it's some of the area guys that were there. So we continued our movement. But it became intense, like the noise and everything. They started talking to us. Like,
through the window.
Through the window. Now, when you're considered dinner, or so I miss a phone, you know, those kind of. So
in your own room,
yes.
In a room that you guys have rented.
Yes, we were in our room. We were in my partner's room. So they were making the noise. Now it's resulted into them. They started banging on the doors and the windows and everything. So we just had to come outside. Oh my God! I found something to wear. Of course, I mean, you don't expect me to be wearing anything. So we came outside. It's actually my partner that went out first. Why not? And then shut them home. You partner only shut them home. Funny pee. And I'm doing so. I can't carry a hand on say. We do so. I can't carry a hand on say. And I'm mad. I'm so. I'm on them on the deck. Kotia sana. A mema sana. Funny pee and then share instead. There you see a fabema so nim bema fa. So they started hitting me. They started hitting my partner, and then I had to put on something.
No, let me absorb this. You were in the room, a room that your partner has rented, and you guys, both of you were in the room. And some people outside the neighborhood thinks that because two women were in the room, there is a sexual engagement going on there. And so they have the nerves and the effrontery to come and knock at the door and tell you to your face what they think is happening in the room.
Yes, that was my situation.
Wow.
Yes, that was my exact situation. you are really explaining this better than I am. That was my exact situation. That's the
And so
fact
they
that-
started hitting your partner.
Yes, so when I came out, all the attention, actually the area was my partner's area.
Yeah.
So I go there to visit.
To visit, yeah.
But they had seen us together.
Couple of times. Yeah.
Yes. I came out and then within a twinkling of an eye, attention shifted from my partner to me.
You.
Sweetie, me ha me ninka. It seems so boa.
They beat you blue, black, red, and white.
And yes, sir, baby, I jina na no bumi.
They were dragging.
Abaya to send me. I have from me who fits in so basically for. And
They stripped you naked. Guys in the neighborhood.
Fiti Malam Junction. Edukosi Winiba Junction. Something has not been in country.
They were dragging you.
I Jimmy, 1 year money now. Boom me. Hey. Because I was in a room with a girl watching Matrix. I didn't want such a share me home. Yet, share me choir. What's yes, yet day.
How did you escape?
I did not. The only thing that saved me, I think, was the fact that it was dawn. So a lot of people were not. So
Where they wanted to
my
leave.
partner called. Honestly speaking, before we got to wherever it is we got to, my phones were taken, my tablet was taken. I had been.
Were they beating you and your partner together, or they separated you?
They shifted attention from my partner to me the very moment I came out of the room.
So they left her.
But she was following.
She was following but she was helpless. There was nothing she could do.
So, because she had her phone, she called a friend of ours.
So, who came to your rescue?
A certain guy. There was a guy my partner called. So he was the person that begged them. Begged. I wasn't even left to go. What they did was, what my partner and the other person did was, they tried to shift their attention. So I ran naked.
How many were there?
A lot. I'm talking a lot of young boys. I said, Omonda. Want to say
Hooligans in the neighborhood.
Yes. I think they had been monitoring me for a very long time. Omonda, like they are those area in Numeno. I'm share Brono so near there. So Obedu Hono, they have a joint, they sit to drink ataya and all those things.
Were they, I don't want to call any names, but
yeah, I understand the question, but let's just leave that. Yeah. Yes. So
you ran. When they diverted their attention, you ran.
I ran.
How did you get a cover up after you ran?
I did not get a cover up.
So from where you started running,
I went to find shelter naked.
In someone's house?
In another pure person's house, yes, the closest.
The closest you could remember.
I ran naked. I was beaten. I was stepped on. I was fingered. I was fucked by people twice my age.
So when you got the shelter from this person, the closest person you could get a shelter from, what was the experience? How did you recount the experience? Did you have to go to hospital because of medical conditions? Did you have to get a clinical mental health counseling or anything like that?
No, baby, I'm sorry. What I tried to do, actually the next morning I could feel my flesh in my teeth.
Yeah.
My mouth was all sore. and I was using toothpick to bring my flesh out of my teeth. That was how bad my situation was. But how dare you go to the hospital? But I dared myself to go to the police. I did take that. And then when I got there, disappointment.
When they listened to your story, when you took the bold step, even though you knew that you weren't going to get any help from the police station because it was the last place you would go, when you went there and you narrated your story,
I honestly didn't know that I wasn't going to get any help. I trusted the police.
You trusted the police.
I trusted the police. Of course, I wasn't out there.
Yeah.
I did it, but I knew my rights. That
Yeah.
if someone had beaten me,
The first place you would go
it's
to
the
is
police.
the police station.
Regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody came to meet my fellow woman on top of me.
Yeah.
I even willingly came out,
Of
dressed.
the room. Yeah.
So nobody had any cause to touch me, to do anything to me, regardless of whatever it is that the laws were saying or anybody else was saying. The police had to. I've been beaten. I've been abused. The police had to be my friend, at least make an arrest, question someone. Hey.
What did they do? I want us to capture what happened at the police station. When you narrated your story to them, subsequently, what did the police do or what didn't they do?
Maybe they did not even let me finish. As far as it ended, they had to cut me off where I said I was in a room
With a lady.
Judged me.
That was what the police did.
Yes, they judged me.
And they said you only told them that you were in a room with a lady. Obviously, you wouldn't say that I was in a room having sex with a lady. And so the moment you said I was in a room with a lady, they took the case out of you.
Area for essay me BBC, but it's sad.
And that moment, no, they concluded.
Area for they even told me say area for
And see, they emphasize that you deserve the beating you got.
Yes, say area for Obaka makama to say mama pa na unhuye. Fana mama me. I got a boyfriend there.
Ghana police.
Talk ready. If you permit me, I'll mention the station.
Mention the station.
Central Police Station, Takrady.
Takrady Central Police Station.
Yes.
And you went to report a case of violence, and they anticipated that a woman with a woman in the room, you were having sex, they think that you deserve to be beaten and dragged on the streets naked.
Yes, please.
Ghanaian police officers.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Obaka makama to say, no, Uncle Basha them side. Maybe I want for so my partner was scared to go with me. So she just stood somewhere. But I was determined. I felt like I was going to. I wanted some vengeance, some closure.
Yeah. At least someone has been arrested. At least someone has been questioned.
Has taken responsibility for.
Yeah.
I got nothing. And so I said, better if you're police, I remember police report, I'm in the hospital. I say I deserve it. And to be better if you're near Sasa Mikuru, you didn't show shade in the your friend a counseling? No. I did a friend a counseling? No. Ewuraba, I want to say no. And this they go, I don't want to go. I don't want to go into the stigma.
The way they said it.
By next morning, it was all over the place. Say Ewuraba, you're lesbianism, am I a bono?
Yeah.
See, she was talking about like this.
So, moving on from this trauma that you went through, has it in any way affected your life? That, like, how do you cope with it? Because the scar is there, all the trauma that you went through is still there. How do you deal with it? How do you cope in your environment? How do you take care of yourself that something like this, or even at the back of your mind, how do you make sure that something like this doesn't happen?
The truth of the matter is it's still happening. Maybe on a lighter note, but it's still happening. I've not made any improvements. I have not made any improvements mentally.
So, as a woman as you are sitting before me, people see you and perceive based on your movements. They monitor you and feel like they need to monitor you and control you because of whatever perception they perceive about you. And that is consistently your daily life.
Just recently, I've had people refuse to eat my food. I've had people.
Is it because you have a restaurant? These are like friends or family members of people.
I've had my children taken from me.
By a court, by their father, by their father.
From the stigma.
Yeah, because if this thing happened and everybody in the neighborhood is talking about it, so the consequences of what happened, your children were taken from you by their father.
And the current and latest one is my landlady not wanting me in her house because someone somewhere decided to make it their business to come and talk about my sexuality in my area or in my house. So I'm moving. Yes, the current state, the most recent. Should I call it stigma?
Yes, the stigma. And do you see the current situation? Do you see the connection that was it because of the incident? So it's because of the previous incident that the person
I do because they gave references.
Oh, of what has happened to you?
They gave references.
Okay.
Of everything
that has happened to you previously.
It's too much. It's too much. Really, it's too much. It's too much.
Ewuraba, thank you for talking to us. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
Normally, I want to say these are amazing stories, but they are not amazing stories. They are very dreadful stories. I don't think I even wish this for my worst enemy. And I apologize for you going through all of this.
Thank you. At least someone has apologized.
Thank you for opening up and sharing your story with us and to our listeners. Your voice really matters. Listeners, you are listening to this podcast on our YouTube page. Tell us your story. Follow us for more updates on new episode on our Instagram handle at Quigef. Quigef is Qugef, and on our Twitter handle, same Quigef, Qugef. YouTube, tell us your story. Please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for your support. It means the world to us.